So when we are identified, we think that we are something that resides inside of this body. It is a small, separate self in the body, controlling the body. But when we become aware of that sensation of I, and it's a sensation, then we become aware of the fact that it's just a sensation and we are aware of it. So we cannot be that. We are the one that's aware of it. You know, the body has 5 senses. But there is one consciousness that is experiencing all 5 senses at the same time. And it's also experiencing thought and emotion at the same time. So there are a lot of different complex qualities to this mind-body mechanism, but this consciousness is experiencing all those complicated factors of this mind-body mechanism at the same time. There's also the conscious awareness. You can put your attention in your hand and you can move your attention to the foot, and you can move it up to the chest and to the head. And it feels like you, conscious awareness, are moving through the body. But you're also aware of that conscious awareness, so you're the one that's aware of it. So who you really are is something that's even deeper. So you can never really experience yourself because you're the one that's experiencing. You can be aware of your whole body at the same time. It's a very complex thing. But it doesn't matter how complex it is, you're aware of the whole thing at the same time. And it's very simple. So, whatever happens is just a happening inside of consciousness, and when there's a seeking energy that is trying to wake up, then that seeking energy is happening inside of the consciousness that you're looking for. So when you are still and you practice, it's not really practice, it's your natural state of being, but at the beginning for the identification it can feel like a practice. But when you practice non-reaction, you're just abiding in this silence, and you allow all the sensations to appear without controlling them. There might be even a sensation of pain or dissatisfaction, but you don't care, you don't react, you just let it arise, you don't care, you let it be, you're not trying to solve the problem. You're just here, abiding in this silence, in this non-reactivity. Then you will notice pretty quickly that you are an awareness that is aware of the whole body at the same time. You're not located at a specific location in the body. So awareness is not inside of the body looking outward. The body is something that happens inside of awareness. And when you realize that, at first it can feel like that there's an awareness that is aware of a body. It's like separation here. But actually there's no separation. At first you can realize then that the awareness and the body are like 2 different things, but they are interwoven. Because the knowing that you are awareness and what you are aware of are one experience. And when you realize that, then it's not even interwoven anymore, it's one and the same thing. But you know that awareness was before and independent of the body, because that awareness is never really impressed of whatever the body is doing. The body can suffer, but the awareness doesn't suffer, it's just aware of the suffering. But the body consists out of awareness. So it's like a field, and there's a hologram that consists out of this field. And then that hologram is like a person, a human. But the thing out of which this hologram is made of is still the field. So when this field awakens to the fact, wait a minute, I'm still the field, which is infinite, the person remains, the form remains, but it knows what it is. So I still consist out of this infinite, unnameable whateverness. And it becomes obvious that I'm this unmanifested silence, pretending to be this body. And whatever I'm witnessing is also consisting out of that. So there's no separation at all. There's this freedom, consciousness, silence, which is not in conflict with what is going on in the physical, phenomenal world. But at the same time, there's no separation. It's not even interwoven. It's one, but not in conflict, in pure peace. So it's like an infinite bubble in which forms appear. Then there's this peace. And meditation is no longer a practice. Because as long as you think that meditation is a practice, then you're meditating to get somewhere, to attain something. But in actuality, meditation is just your natural state, in which you have always been before you were taught to seek something. So it is perfectly possible to sit for an hour without looking at your phone or entertaining yourself, because what happens if you're not entertaining yourself? The body might feel discomfort because it's bored, but you're aware of this sensation of boredom, and the one that's aware of this sensation doesn't care at all, because it's at peace, it's already whole and complete. And that's the peace you're looking for. So you cannot find it somewhere in the future. It's right here. It's that. It's you, aware of the body. That consciousness is pervading the whole body. You know, the five senses can create an image in the brain, but there needs to be a consciousness that is aware of the image that the brain has created. So pain belongs to the body, but the one that's looking is just looking. It doesn't care, because it's completely at peace. So what helped me was simply sitting down and reminding myself every once in a while that I shouldn't react. So for example, there's a thought, a negative thought, and a negative feeling. There's this automatic reaction to it, like I want to get rid of it, get rid of the negativity. Then I'm reminding myself to not react, or I'm asking who's reacting, who's trying to solve it. Then there's just this open field of awareness that is aware of all the happenings that are happening inside of this awareness. there's an instant noticing that this awareness doesn't really interact with what is going on inside of this. So the hologram is not really in conflict with the field. So I'm the field, and I let the hologram do what it wants to do. But the longer I was abiding in that silence, the more clear it became that I was always this silent field. So the false identity died. There was just this true I amness. And the hologram stopped fighting. There was just peace. Natural state. It's just a natural state of being. And it's everywhere. And it has nothing to do with your body, because sometimes when we're talking about I'm everything, when we say I'm everything or you are everything, then the mind interprets that the qualities of the personal mind is everything, which is not the case, because the qualities of the mind are happening within everything. But what you truly are, which has no qualities to it, is everything. Everything is made out of that.